The day people celebrate their chains on salary day, the city feels lighter. People walk differently, they breathe differently, they smile more, because money has arrived. But what they don't realize is that salary day is not a celebration. It is a reminder that their life depends on permission. Permission to earn, permission to survive, permission to exist, and anything that can be taken away is not power. The most dangerous lie ever sold, was not about money, it was about security. They told you a stable job is safety, but safety that depends on others is weakness disguised as comfort. The moment the system decides you are no longer useful, your safety evaporates. Wealth does not disappear overnight, dependency does. How the system trains obedience from the beginning. The design was clear. Sit quietly, follow instructions, wait for approval, receive reward. Schools don't teach money, they teach compliance. Jobs don't create freedom, they create predictability. Predictable people are easy to control. Unpredictable people build empires. Why salary is not income? Income flows regardless of effort. Salary stops the moment effort stops. That is not income, that is rented survival. You don't own your job, you don't control your salary, you don't decide its future. Yet you build your entire life around it. That is not intelligence, that is conditioning. Machiavelli's silent observation. Machiavelli understood something terrifying. People surrender power willingly when comfort is offered. You don't need chains if people fear hunger. You don't need force if people fear uncertainty. Money became the perfect leash. Invisible, accepted, celebrated. The real purpose of salary day is not for you. It is for the system, because the moment money arrives, it immediately leaves. Rent, loans, bills, subscriptions. The system gets paid first. You get what's left. That order decides everything. The law of priority. Whoever is paid first is respected most. When you pay everyone else first, you announce your position. You declare, my future comes last. The powerful never do this. They reverse the order. Pay yourself first, the forbidden move. Paying yourself first is not about ego. It is about control. Before comfort, before entertainment, before fear, you remove money from the reach of weakness, and suddenly your excuses are exposed. Why this creates fear? When you pay yourself first, your lifestyle feels threatened, your habits feel exposed, your identity feels attacked. Good. Fear reveals truth. Most people don't lack money. The 4 accounts expanded doctrine. Account 1, the power reserve. This account exists for one reason: to end dependency. It funds income systems, businesses, ownership skills with leverage. This money does not make life easier. It makes life free. Account 2, controlled suffering. Survival money is limited by design. Why? Because unlimited comfort kills urgency. Urgency creates intelligence. Intelligence creates leverage. Account 3, financial warfare. Education. This is not school. This is weaponization of knowledge. You learn how money moves, how systems extract value, how wealth hides in plain sight. Ignorance is expensive. Education is insurance. Account 4, experimental dominance. This is where identity changes. You stop being a consumer. You become a creator. Small tests, fast feedback, cold analysis. Loss here is progress. Comfort is how time is stolen. Comfort whispers. Later becomes years. Years become regret. The system doesn't steal money first, it steals time. The 90-day psychological shift. This period does not make you rich, it makes you dangerous. Month 1, ego death. You kill the identity built on spending. No validation, no showing off, no unnecessary pleasure. Silence begins. Month 2, quiet construction. Now you build in shadows, skills that scale, systems that repeat, assets that don't sleep. No one claps. Good. Month 3, cash flow consciousness. Cash flow changes posture. Your voice changes. Your decisions sharpen. Fear loses authority. You are no longer desperate. You are calculating. Assets, visas, liabilities. Deep dive. A liability demands your energy. An asset returns it. Most people spend their lives feeding liabilities, then wonder why they feel drained. The waiting disease. Waiting feels responsible. It is not. It is obedience disguised as patience. Those who wait serve those who act. Isolation is not a bug. It is a feature. This path will isolate you. Because most people bond through consumption. When you stop consuming, you no longer belong. That is freedom. Why society mocks this path? Because if everyone understood money, the system would collapse. So it labels discipline as obsession, control as greed, independence as arrogance. Ignore the noise. Noise protects mediocrity. The final question every salary cycle asks one question: will you build assets or will you build obligations? One path is loud, one path is silent. Only one leads to power. Final closing, the point of no return. Once you see the mechanics, you cannot unsee them. Once you reverse the flow of money, you reverse the flow of control. The system survives on ignorance. You do not. Comfortable prison on salary day, the city exhales. Phones light up, notifications arrive, smiles return to tired faces. For a few hours, people believe they are safe, but safety is an illusion carefully designed. Because the truth is simple. If your survival depends on a date on the calendar, you are not free, you are managed, and managed people are never powerful. The invisible cage, look closely. Nothing about your life is accidental. The alarm clock, the traffic, the deadlines, the waiting. You were trained to accept one idea above all: a salary is success. But a salary is not success. A salary is permission. Permission to eat, permission to rest, permission to exist as long as you obey. The moment the salary stops, everything stops. That is not wealth. That is dependency. Why most people never escape from childhood? They programmed you: study hard, follow rules, get approved, get paid. They never taught you about power. They never taught you about leverage. They never taught you how money actually moves. Why? Because a population that understands money cannot be controlled by money. So instead, they taught you fear. Fear of risk, fear of pressure, fear of uncertainty, and fear keeps people obedient. Machiavelli understood this. Machiavelli did not speak about money directly. He spoke about control. He understood that whoever controls resources controls decisions. Whoever controls decisions controls destiny. And money is the most silent weapon of control ever created. You think you work for money, but if money decides your behavior, money works for someone else. Salary day, the most dangerous day. Salary day feels like relief. But relief is dangerous, because relief makes you careless. On salary day, most people do the same thing. They pay everyone else first: the landlord, the bank, the government, the corporations, and then they keep what remains. What remains is never power. The rule that changes everything there is one rule the powerful follow. One rule the poor avoid. One rule the system never explains. Pay yourself first, not emotionally, not symbolically, strategically, before bills, before comfort, before pleasure, because whoever gets paid first has control. Why this rule feels terrifying: when you pay yourself first, pressure appears. Bills don't disappear. Responsibilities remain. And that pressure reveals truth. It exposes weak habits, fake needs, inflated lifestyles. Most people avoid this moment. The powerful seek it, because pressure creates intelligence. The 4 accounts of control: the moment your salary enters your account, it must be divided. Not later, not tomorrow, immediately. Account 1, the asset vault. This is sacred money. It does not buy comfort. It does not reduce stress. It builds machines, businesses, cash flow systems, digital assets, income-producing skills. This money is not touched for survival. It is used to escape survival. Account 2, survival only. This account keeps you alive. Nothing more. Food, shelter, movement, no ego, no luxury, no performance. If survival becomes tight, your mind sharpens. If survival is easy, your mind sleeps. Account 3, knowledge as a weapon. The poor spend money to escape reality. The powerful spend money to understand it. Books replace ignorance. Courses replace confusion. Mentors replace years of mistakes. This account does not entertain you, it upgrades you. Account 4, controlled chaos. This is where future power is tested. Small experiments, side projects, online income systems. Most people gamble blindly. The strategic test intelligently. Losses here are not failures, they are data. Why comfort is the enemy. Comfort delays decisions. Comfort justifies weakness. Comfort tells you tomorrow is fine. Tomorrow is how decades disappear. The elite do not seek comfort, they seek position. The 90-day reprogramming. This is not about getting rich fast. This is about becoming dangerous to your old financial identity. Month 1, destruction. You destroy the consumer. Cut excess, expose waste, remove illusions. You stop spending to feel important. You start observing money like a tactician. Month 2, silent construction. Now you build quietly. No announcements. No validation, no noise. You acquire skills that compound, systems that scale, channels that don't sleep. Silence protects strategy. Month 3, cash flow awakening. Cash flow is psychological power. Even small income breaks mental chains. You stop fearing, what if I lose my job? You start calculating, how do I expand control? This is the moment you leave the herd. Assets vs liabilities, the great deception. They taught you status, cars, houses, brands. If it drains you, it owns you. If it feeds you, you own it. This rule alone separates masters from servants. Why people wait and lose? Most people don't fail. They hesitate. They wait for confidence. Confidence comes after action. They wait for certainty. Certainty comes after movement. Waiting is obedience disguised as patience. Isolation is the price. This path will separate you. Friends won't understand. Family will question you. Society will mock you. That is the cost of independence. Power has never been popular. The final truth: your salary is not a reward, it is seed capital. Every month, the system asks you a question: will you fund your freedom or finance your prison? The obedient remain comfortable, the strategic become untouchable. Closing: once you see it, once you understand how money controls behavior, you can never return to ignorance. Once you reverse the flow, you reverse your destiny. The system does not fear poor people. It fears educated, disciplined, independent ones. Be one of them. They smile on salary day because for one brief moment they feel safe. Bills can be paid, anxiety sleeps, life feels controlled. But this feeling is a lie. Salary day is not freedom. It is proof of dependence, and dependence is weakness. The trap you never questioned from childhood: they trained you well. Study hard, get a job, earn a salary, repeat until death. No one told you the truth. A salary is not wealth, it is permission to survive. The system rewards obedience, not intelligence. And the moment your salary arrives, your fate for the next 30 days is sealed, unless you break the pattern. Machiavelli's unwritten rule. Machiavelli understood power. He knew that whoever controls resources controls outcomes, yet you were taught the opposite. You were taught to pay everyone else first, save what remains. Hope. It grows. Hope is not a strategy. The powerful do one thing differently. They pay themselves first. Pay yourself first or stay poor. Most people follow this order: salary, bills, lifestyle, leftovers. The leftovers are never enough. The wealthy reverse the order: salary, assets, pressure, adaptation. They don't avoid pressure, they use it. The moment your salary hits, the moment money touches your account, it must be divided. Not emotionally, not casually, strategically. Account 1, the asset vault. This money is forbidden. It does not pay rent. It does not buy comfort. It builds power. Businesses, income machines, digital assets, skills that print money. Touch it and you betray your future self. Account 2, survival. Only this account pays. Food, shelter, movement, nothing else. No luxury, no ego. If survival becomes uncomfortable, good. Pressure sharpens the mind. Comfort dulls it. Account 3, knowledge weapons. The poor buy entertainment. The powerful buy insight. Books, courses, mentors, tools. Every dollar here is a soldier trained to conquer future income. Account 4, controlled risk. This is where empires begin small. Experiments, side projects, online income tests, not gambling, testing. Failure here is intelligence purchased cheaply. Why the system hates this? Because once you stop depending on salary, you stop obeying. Schools don't teach this. Banks don't recommend this. Families fear this because financially independent minds are uncontrollable minds. The 90-day transformation begins. This is not about millions, this is about identity. Month 1, destruction. Kill the consumer inside you. Cancel illusions, cut false comfort, expose waste. Observe money like a predator watches prey. Month 2, build in silence. Now you move quietly. You build skills that pay repeatedly, systems that don't sleep, channels that scale. No announcements, no validation. Noise attracts enemies. Silence builds leverage. Month 3, cash flow is power. Cash flow changes psychology. Even small income breaks chains. You stop asking, will I survive? You start asking, how do I expand? This is the moment you exit the herd. Assets vs liabilities, the final lie they told you. Cars are success. Status is power. If it takes money from your pocket, it owns you. If it puts money into your pocket, you own it. Simple, brutal, ignored. The deadliest weapon waiting. Most people don't fail. They wait to feel ready. They wait for confidence. They wait for permission. Power does not wait. Action creates clarity. Movement creates dominance. Final warning: this path will isolate you. Friends won't understand. Family may resist. Comfort will disappear, but so will fear. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be free. Closing salary is seed capital. Your salary is not a reward. It is a test. Every month, the question is asked, will you build assets or build bills? The obedient stay comfortable. The strategic become powerful. Choose carefully, because once you see the system, you can never unsee it.